Okay guys, what's up? GalaxzyDzn here, and today I'm going to be showing you part 1 of how to make a non-partnered YouTube background. So, like I said, this is part 1, and part 1 is going to be all about the text. Okay, so first what you want to do is go to Cinema 4D, open up a Lightroom. I prefer my Lightroom. I will put a download link in the description on how to get this Lightroom, so you can download it and use this as well. So go download that and then come back to the video. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to put your text, click on Motext 1 and then Motext 6 with hold shift and click Motext 6, and we're going to change the text to whatever we want. I'm going to do this one for enjoy. So yeah. Okay. Now you just zoom in to fit it how you need it to. And what we're going to do now is we're going to leave the caps the same. We want it to look like this. You can adjust it if you like, but for this I'm not going to. Now, before we do anything else, we want to make sure that we get our colors in. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new material. And I'm going to do a nice white, a nice bright white color. No textures. Reflection, and put that on about 10. There we go. And we're going to drag this into Motext 1. Now what we're going to want to do is find your second color. That's going to go on the outside. That's going to be in the inside of the first layer. So when we use Throsy, that will be like what's going to be like the broken part, what's going to be inside. I'm going to use a nice aqua bluish color to put that on the outside of it. Okay, turn this a tad bit. Now what you want to do is choose different colors for the layers right here. So I'm going to put a blue one right here. Just skip one, every other one. And then for the other ones, I'm going to put a white. Just ignore that Skype message. Pretty annoying. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is just click on the first Motext right here, and we're going to go into plugins, Throsy. We're going to break this one up into 20 pieces. Random seed, and hit break now. Considering that we're not breaking up any of the other text, it's not going to take all that long, so it should take somewhere around 30 seconds to maybe 45 seconds. I'm not sure. It depends on your Lightroom as well. Okay. While that's loading. Okay, so once that's done, go ahead and exit this out, and you're going to want to, while this is all still highlighted, you're going to want to go to MoGraph, Effector, and then go to Random. Under Random, we're going to want to go to, okay, no, just keep it highlighted on Random, and you're going to want to select all of these X's. Just like that. Now what you can do is change the strength down to fit it, as you put this on about 4, depending, but it also depends on your seed as well. I'm going to change this weight down also. So I'm going to put that to about here. Rotate this a tad bit. My Cinema 4D is kind of messed up, so. Okay. So once you have this to what you want, you don't want to change the deformer to point. I know like some people might have seen a tutorial to put your deformation to point, but we're going to get to that later. Okay, so now we can go ahead and select Throsy, this one, your bottom one, and then hit shift, hold shift, and hit random, and then we're going to go to MoGraph, Effector, and put this into a group. My bad. Go ahead and just do it again and drag it into the group. That's my bad. And then you can close the group. And now what you want to do is you're going to want to select Motext 1 and then hit shift and hit Motext 6. Now we're going to want to go to plugins, Throsy, and this one will take a little longer. 20, random seed, break now. This one's gonna take about a few minutes. It also depends. I mean, it depends on the programs you're running in the back. It's gonna take a few minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and resume it when it's done. Okay guys, the Throsy rendering process took a good 5 minutes to do, but it is now over and we can now move on. So go ahead and exit that out, and you're going to want to create another group. So go to MoGraph, Effector, Group, and you're going to want to select the top of your Throsy and then the bottom of your Throsy, and you're going to want to drag this into the group. This time you're not going to want to select all these X's for the purpose of what we're doing. So go ahead and we're going to have to make a random. So we're going to go, and that's my fault, I just unclicked all those. While it's still selected, you're going to want to go to MoGraph, Effector, and then Random. Drag the random into the group and select Random and turn the deformer. Now you want to change the deformation to point. There we go. Took a little while to load. Now that you have all this these points, you're going to want to go to your fall off, go to weight, and we're going to weigh this down just a tad bit to where you can kind of see it behind it. See how you can kind of see it behind it, but we want to not only change it there, but also in the effector and change the strength from there. So just figure it out. Different text is going to be different strength and different sizes, so you want to make sure that your text basically fits onto the points in the back. This is going to give you a cool little background behind your text, and it's going to look pretty sick when it's on the background. So now we're going to go ahead and render this out, and I will pause it and resume it when it is done. Okay guys, so the rendering process is finished, and this is a clean little layout that we get right here that we're going to put on our background. And now we're going to go ahead and go up here and to the render settings up here, and we're going to put the general to full render. Output, everything should be just like mine, especially if you're using my layout. And also, I believe that if you're using my layout, the cell render might be checked, but you do not want that checked when you actually render it out. So if you get a bunch of lines on your first render and no like actual background like colors on your text, then go to render settings and select cell render and turn it off, and you should be good. So we're going to go up to save, and we're going to change, we're going to put this, I'm going to put mine in my desktop under text and name this enjoy text BG, because I think I might already have an enjoy. Go ahead and save that, and everything else should be good and set correctly. Make sure alpha channel is selected. If not, and I think everything should be nice and good. Now we're going to go ahead and render this in the middle one, and it will render out. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and resume it when it is done. Okay guys, the final rendering is done, so we're going to go ahead and exit this out, minimize or exit that out, and we are going to now open up Photoshop. I'm just going to use my normal YouTube background template that says, designed by GalaxzyDzn at the top, so everyone knows what's up, alright? From here, we're going to go ahead and go to File, Open, and find where we put our text. So mine is in here, and it is right here. Okay, once we have this text, we're just going to go ahead and snag it and bring it up here and put it into our background in our template, basically. We're going to want to hit Control. It depends. Like at first, I'm going to put mine on top of my channel on my template, so I can see where it's going to be lined up right here before I put it under. So we're going to hit Control T and right click it and change it. Depending on which side you're going to do, I'm going to start on the left side first, so I'm going to do rotate 90 degrees clockwise, I believe. My bad. I did that wrong, so I'm going to do rotate 180 degrees, and that will fix it. Okay, now we're gonna bring this size down a tad bit. And there we go. Now we have our text in, and that is the finishing product for us. Okay, so now that was the beginning tutorial on how to make the text and bring it into Photoshop. And so part 2 will be the whole background making of it all. So thank you guys. Tune in. Go ahead and like this video and get ready for part 2. Watch that next. Thank you guys.